How could ordinary teenage girls hide secrets that shocked entire communities? Here are 5 real cases that reveal the truth. Stay until the end to see the pattern investigators discovered. On October 21, 2009, in St. Martins, Missouri, 15-year-old Alyssa Bustamante made a choice that shocked the country. Alyssa struggled with emotional issues and often posted dark messages online. She seemed fascinated with harmful ideas and displayed worrying behavior long before the incident. One day, Alyssa lured her 9-year-old neighbor, Elizabeth Olton, into a wooded area. Alyssa later admitted she wanted to know how it would feel to hurt someone. Elizabeth did not survive. Investigators soon realized Alyssa had prepared for this ahead of time. She had chosen the location days in advance. She had shared dark content on social media. She also seemed calm afterward, going to church and helping with search efforts. Experts debated how her background and mental health played a role, but her level of planning and lack of visible guilt made the case very serious. Alyssa was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. Her 2024 parole request was denied. Her next review is in 2029. This case highlights how dangerous curiosity can become when mixed with emotional issues. But our next case involves a teen whose emotional reactions were almost the opposite. On March 19, 2024, in Brandon, Mississippi, 14-year-old Carly Gregg faced a confrontation with her mother, Ashley Smiley, over vape pens found in her room. Instead of apologizing or arguing, Carly reacted in a way no one expected. She caused her mother serious harm, and her mother did not survive. What Carly did afterward shocked investigators even more. She texted her friend, "Are you squeamish around dead bodies?" She invited her friend over and calmly showed her what had happened. Her behavior was unusually controlled and emotionless. Carly then pretended to be her mother and sent text messages to her stepfather, asking him to come home. When he arrived, Carly tried to harm him as well. Her calm behavior, detailed plan, and deception made the case extremely serious. On September 20th, 2024, she was sentenced to life without parole. Her insanity plea was rejected in less than a day. Carly's case showed a chilling lack of emotion. But our next teen offender experienced the total opposite: emotional collapse. Rachel Schoaf, a 16-year-old from Star City, West Virginia, was involved in one of the most shocking teen betrayal cases in the country. She and her friend Sheila Eddy invited their best friend, Skylar Neese, to hang out one night. Skylar believed it was just a normal outing. Instead, Rachel and Sheila had planned to harm her. Skylar lost her life that night. Rachel helped cover up the situation. She cried with Skylar's parents. She attended vigils. She acted as if she was heartbroken, but eventually the pressure became too much. Rachel started having panic attacks. Her anxiety grew. She found it harder and harder to hide what had happened. In January 2013, she broke down and confessed everything. She showed investigators where Skylar's remains were located and explained the planning behind the incident. Rachel pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. She received a 30-year sentence with a chance for parole after 10 years. Her most recent parole request in 2020 was denied. Her next opportunity is in 2026. Rachel's confession uncovered the truth, but it also led investigators to focus on someone who never showed guilt at all. After Rachel Schoaf confessed to police, investigators focused on 16-year-old Sheila Eddy. Sheila was known for being confident, social, and someone who enjoyed being in control. No one imagined she could be involved in something so serious. On the outside, Sheila, Rachel, and Skylar Neese looked like normal best friends who spent time together and shared secrets like most teens. But behind the scenes, Sheila had grown distant from Skylar and started bonding more with Rachel. Tension in their friendship grew, and instead of handling it in a normal way, Sheila took it in a dangerous direction. On the night Skylar disappeared, Sheila acted completely normal. She picked Skylar up as if they were going out for a simple drive. Skylar trusted her friends, and she had no reason to think anything was wrong. What happened that night changed everything, and Skylar never made it home. What shocked people the most was how Sheila acted afterward. She smiled, hugged Skylar's parents, helped pass out missing posters, and even posted emotional messages online, asking for Skylar to come home. People believed her because she looked like a hurting friend who wanted answers. But investigators later learned her reactions were an act from the beginning. Shelia showed little sign of guilt, and she stayed calm even as weeks passed. When Rachel eventually broke down and told police what really happened, Shelia's behavior began to shift. She became distant and more guarded, as if she knew the truth was finally catching up to her. When the truth came out, it shocked the entire community. Friends, classmates, and neighbors struggled to believe Shelia could pretend for so long while knowing what had happened. Her lack of emotion became one of the most talked about parts of the case. In 2014, Shelia Eddy was sentenced to life in prison, with the chance for parole in 2028. Her story is still discussed today because of how deeply it betrayed the trust of a close friend group and the entire community. The final case brings us into the modern world of social media, where likes, views, and attention can sometimes become more important than real life. 14-year-old Sarah Grace Patrick from Carroll County, Georgia shocked investigators not only because of the serious situation at home, but because of how she handled it afterward. When her younger sibling found something terribly wrong, Sarah called 911 and acted like a scared and devastated daughter. At first, her emotions seemed real, but after the call ended, Sarah's behavior changed. She turned to TikTok and other platforms and began posting emotional videos. She cried on camera, shared dramatic messages, and reached out to true crime creators online. Detectives found search history showing she had looked up how to grow a following, how trauma content becomes popular, and even how to gain donations using emotional storytelling. This made the case feel even more unsettling. As investigators went deeper, they found messages and notes showing Sarah might have seen the situation as a chance to create online attention. They believed she was blending real-life events with a plan to build a social media presence, something they had rarely seen in a case this serious. Her sudden shift in behavior, from crying on the phone to posting for views, created one of the most confusing, emotional contrasts they had ever studied. Friends and classmates who knew her were shocked. Many said she always wanted attention online, but they never imagined she would take things this far. The combination of social media pressure, teenage emotion, and harmful decisions made this case especially unique and troubling. Sarah was arrested on July 8, 2025. Her case is still ongoing, but investigators continue to call it one of the most unusual and alarming examples of social media influence mixed with a serious crime. Thank you for watching. These stories remind us that even young people can make choices that change lives forever. Each case shows how emotional struggles, poor decisions, and dangerous motives can combine with tragic results. If you want more deep true crime stories that most people avoid, make sure to subscribe. Your support helps the channel continue covering cases that reveal the darkest sides of human behavior. Click here to watch another video, because the next case may surprise you even more.